So what the actual shiznikes is happening on YouTube these days? Like, I can't say shit because YouTube doesn't like that. If you say it right in the beginning of a video, they won't promote your video to everybody. So I have to keep it brand safe. So what the actual flock is happening? Uh, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I've spoken about people who have been reacting to gore content on YouTube, and people who have been reacting to CP, CSAM, child pornography on YouTube, Plagued Moth, making videos reacting to and talking about child abuse, like fetish material, admitting to watching a ton of CP, admitting to watching the worst CP video on the internet, like at least part of it, he says. There's that guy Burned Show. Burned Show was a YouTuber who reacted to that same incredibly terrible CP video. He reacted to it on his channel, and like at the end he said, "Well, I didn't keep the video, so it's okay." Like, no, it's not okay. You're watching CP. What is this? What are these lines you guys are crossing? There was some German YouTuber, something to do with cups in his name. I forget his fucking name. He disappeared pretty quick, thank God. Like his ass was run the fuck out. But he reacted to the same fucking video on YouTube. What is wrong with these people? And I don't understand. This is a rant video for anybody who doesn't get that already. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with people. Like, this is some taboo shit. This is some big no-no shit. This is a great big flashing sign that says do not. Okay? This is not something you do. And I'm not just talking about reacting to this content. I'm talking about watching it, consuming it, looking for it, being open to this content in general. And reacting to it and posting it up on YouTube is just an incredibly insane step that some people have taken. And I do not understand where the fuck this is all going. This is like the normalization of child pornography. You know, hashtag sorry not sorry if people say that, if the kids are still saying that these days. But holy fuck, this is normalizing a whole bunch of crazy fucking shit that you don't touch with a 10-foot nuclear missile. Like, you don't fucking deal with this shit. You nuke it from orbit. And people are, like, engaging with this fucking shit. You've got that guy, Morau, that I went over a while back. You know, Morau was going to fucking Discords where pedophiles solicit children, and he was making videos where he, like, put up the children's information in the video. Like, people are not thinking, like, their names and, you know, ages and things like that. Their Discord names so people could find and contact them. Like, people are not fucking thinking anymore. And this is probably going to start beef with some people who are just incredibly fucking annoying. But whatever. But the thing is, I don't understand where these people are taking everything. This is like, forget a slippery slope. This is a fucking landslide of exploited children going down the mountainside. And it doesn't show any sign of stopping. And the reason that this came up recently, and the reason that I'm sort of freaking out, is because Mutahar put out a video talking about child pornography bots on YouTube, which, again, these bots that are linking this shit, that are spamming this shit, that are sending it unsolicited to people, these bots, these people behind them, are trying to normalize this shit. They're trying to spread this shit around as much as possible. You know, it's like with the gore commentary, that's bad enough in my estimation, but that's a bit of a moral question, like a question of your subjective morality. Normalizing the consumption of gore content, especially for, you know, an audience that includes children, to me is like no bueno. Speaking of Burn Show. Beyond that, beyond my subjective, you know, moral concepts, when you get into content involving children, especially sexual content, that is a huge fucking no-no. That is a huge fucking problem. And yet it seems to be so normalized to this point that people are getting a little bit willy-nilly with what they're doing and how they're operating and how they're engaging with this shit. Now, Mutahar, he gave me a shout out in one of his videos. So I have that thing where I'm sort of YouTube beholden. I sort of owe him the YouTube benefit of the doubt because he was YouTube nice to me. Back when I was talking about Mama Max, I did like one video summarizing a bunch of bullshit Mama Max was talking about. I summarized it into 3 minutes when I think he did like a 5-hour video. And I was like, don't, you know, for anybody who doesn't want to watch that video, here's what he's fucking talking about. And Mutahar played my video and he said, you know, check out this guy Slimebeast, blah, 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 blah. So I am YouTube beholden for that, and I have to give him the YouTube benefit of the doubt. But YouTube explained this to me, Mutahar. Maybe I'm completely batshit insane. Maybe I have missed something here. Maybe there's some very simple explanation where you're going to say, Slimebeast, you fucking idiot. Here's the explanation, and I'm going to go, oh, thank God. I want to be a fucking idiot in this case. Thank you. Thank you so much for proving that I'm stupid. But Mutahar, okay, why did you go to a Discord that you knew hosted child pornography? And why did you go there and engage with a Discord that hosted child pornography and see child pornography?
The bots that I'm actually talking about, however, have been sharing CP in the comment section, okay? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are YouTube bots now that are now basically spreading links that you can access, links that go to Discord, and on these Discords, they are openly sharing actual CP, CSAM material, exploitation material. But every time you would go to the profiles for these pages, in the YouTube bios, they would have these Discord links. They would have Discord URLs that you could click on and access. Now, I decided to go down the rabbit hole, and I decided to flip on every virtual machine, secure container, VPN, proxy, every OPSEC protection tool in the book. So I do not recommend you do any of this on your own. Chances are, if you just go into these areas, they will flood you with illegal material. But anyways, I decided to check these Discords out, and to no shock of mine, there was very, very visible illegal material. To the point where, obviously, I reported it via Discord. I did every reporting I could to law enforcement agencies, as you should when you come across disgusting shit like this. But then it got even deeper. It led me to an entire forum group where apparently these people are openly on the clear web just sharing illegal material and operating raids against each other. To no shock of mine, there was very visible illegal material.
No!
Like, I get the idea that you're saying, I went there to report it. I went there to, investigate it. But you fucking can't. You fucking don't. This is what I'm talking about. People are getting fast and loose with shit. I'm not saying, oh, Mutahar went there because he wanted to see X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying, oh, Mutahar, oh, he's, definitely a person of this persuasion, blah, 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 blah. None of that shit. I'm saying that is super fucking sloppy, because viewing something online is downloading it. It's downloaded so that you may view it. So in the eyes of the law in a courtroom, it doesn't matter if you say, I didn't click a download button. It appeared on your screen. It was downloaded to your setup for you to view. Because it sounds from the video like you heard rumors and reports of a child porn ring, and so you brought up their Discord where they post child pornography, and you looked at the child pornography, and you said, yup, this is child pornography, and then you reported the child pornography, which is, like, you may have the most altruistic of motives. You may have the most golden, shining moral goal here. You may be someone who is without fault in this situation, other than the fact that, no, don't. If you hear a rumor about child porn being posted somewhere, you err on the side of caution, you waste the FBI's time, you say, I'm just going to report it to the FBI anyway, and if there's no child pornography there, well, at least I reported it anonymously so I can't be arrested for filing a false report. So, just fucking... What? Mutahar, what? For a lot of people, you are like a beacon of morality and justice on the web. Now, argue with that as you may, it is nonetheless true that for a certain amount of your audience and for a certain amount of people on the internet, that is how you are viewed by those people, whether you want it or not. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. In this situation, maybe it's a play button. It needs to be said, for everybody out there who may see, not Muta, but anybody in general, like when Plagued Moth was saying, yeah, I watched a ton of CP. My name's Plagued Moth. I watched a ton of CP in order to report it. Like, when people hear this shit from people, understand that these folks are getting really fucking fast and loose with the law here. This is some ill-advised shit. All right? So if you're out there and you see these videos and you're like, that sounds great. I hate pedophiles, of course. I want to destroy pedophiles. What I'll do is I'll become a pedophile hunter and I'll go into their dens full of child pornography and I'll take them out one by one. You don't go into the dens full of child pornography. You don't go there. You don't do that. You fucking let the authorities do that. You let somebody with qualified immunity go in and kick the door in and pull a gun on those motherfuckers. You don't do it yourself. You have no immunity. You are immunodeficient when it comes to qualification. Okay? You do not have qualified immunity. You do not have a legal reason to be viewing this content at all for any purpose. It doesn't matter what your defense is. And keep in mind, defense. Your defense would be that you were viewing child porn to report it. You know what that means? That's your defense in court when you are charged with the fucking crime. You damn right that's going to be your defense. Are people going absolutely bumfuck insane on YouTube? Like, what is this shit? What is the rise of gore content on YouTube? Are you fucking kidding me? What is the normalization of child material? Child abuse. I remember when Daddy05 was filming his family and his kids were beating each other up, and he got his channel nuked because he was filming his kids fighting and, pushing each other around and shit. And good for YouTube on that. He should have been nuked. But now here we are in 2025, not that many years later. And it's okay for people to make videos where they are barely blurring actual child abuse where, let's say, a baby is getting stomped to death or whatever the fuck. And they're playing the audio of the baby crying as it's getting killed. I'm giving like an example here. And YouTube is like, oh, well, it's got a 20% Gaussian blur, so, what do you want? Like, is that where we've come? Is that where we are right now? And we've gotten to a point where people can post a video and say, and then I reported it to the FBI. So that, I did it to report it. This is where we are? This is where we are. You don't... No.